So good evening, everyone. The September 22nd, 2021 meeting of the Long Branch City Council will now come to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Dangler?
Here.
Mr. Vieira?
Here.
Mrs. Wittes? Dr. Selly?
Here.
Dr. Vogt?
Here. We will now recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the
to the
flag
flag
of the
of the
United
United
States of America,
America,
and to the republic for which it
which
stands,
stands
one
nation,
nation, under God,
God,
visible,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
liberty and
liberty
justice for all.
liberty,
and justice for all.
for all. I would now like to read the mission statement for the City Council. Long Branch Mayor, City Council, and Administration are committed to cultivating an environment of mutual trust and respect that values the diversity of our community. We strive to enhance the quality of life for all who live here by making Long Branch a desirable place in which to live and prosper. We will treat all members of the public with respect and expect the same in return. Heather, would you please read the certification?
I hereby certify that this meeting has been published in the newspaper and adequate and electronic notice has been provided in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act and the New Jersey Administrative Code, Title 5, Chapter 39, Section 1.5, Notice of Remote Public Meetings as required by law.
Thank you. Reading and approval of previous minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the September 9th, 2021 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Dangler?
Yes.
Mr. Vieira?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes is absent. Dr. Selly?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes. Presentations. At this point, we want to start something that we hope might be a tradition here. It's kind of in keeping with our mission statement to honor the diversity of our wonderful, wonderful city. And that is month by month, as we have different designations for different ethnic groups that are being recognized, we want to have resolutions and not only have the resolutions listed among all of the other resolutions that we're passing, but actually take a minute to read the resolution and in some cases, as we did tonight, have a presentation during our workshop session. And so we invite everybody to certainly join us during that workshop session. So now we are going into Hispanic Heritage Month. And we previously just had a presentation by Mariela Osario from the Long Branch Public Library in terms of the work, and Mariela is bilingual and delivers her programs in Spanish as well as in English. And we thought it was an excellent way to kick off Hispanic Heritage Month. And to carry through with that, I would now like to ask Mario Vieira if he would read excerpts from the resolution that we have honoring Hispanic Heritage Month. So
Definitely,
Mr.
thank you,
Vieira.
Anita. Resolution recognizing Hispanic Heritage Month in the city of Long Branch. Whereas each year, the United States observes National Hispanic Heritage Month by celebrating the culture, heritage, and countless contributions of those whose ancestors were from Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, Central America, and South America. And whereas the Latino population equals 18% of the total population of the United States. Whereas Hispanic Heritage Week began in 1968 under President Johnson to encourage us to honor the Hispanic people who have influenced our nation's history and serve today as leaders in all aspects of our nation's national life. And whereas we recognize their deep commitment to family, community, their enduring work ethic, and their determination to succeed and contribute to society. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Long Branch City Council that we hereby recognize the celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month and urge everyone to honor and celebrate the contributions of our city, fine city.
Thank you very much, Councilman Vieira. Excellent. Excellent. And if I may, I'd also like to thank Heather, Lindsay, Susan. They are the ones who are pulling together all the information behind the scenes in terms of suggested resolutions and helping this whole process work. So our thanks to you. We think this is a very important addition to our program. Councilwoman Selly, I think you wanted to say something?
No, I did not. I just said Mario did a great job.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, moving along. Consideration of ordinance, public hearing and final consideration. We have none. Ordinances for introduction. We have. So we're moving on to the public participation for resolutions and all general comments. I need a motion to open the public portion of the meeting for all comments.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. If any
Aye.
member of the public, thank you. If any member of the public has any comment to make, please dial *9 on your phone and a representative will call on you by the last 3 digits of your phone number. When you're called upon, state your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes to talk and may only speak once. All comments should be directed to the council president. There will be no cross dialogue during the public portion. But after everyone from the public wishing to speak has been heard, any member of the council or the administration may address your comments and questions. While public participation is encouraged and valued, the presiding officer reserves the right to terminate remarks to or by any individual not keeping with the conduct of a proper and efficient meeting. Ms. Will, do we have any callers?
We have some hands raised. Caller whose phone number ends in 350. Go ahead.
Ernest McNally, 710 Northeast 7th Street, Boynton Beach, Florida. 6/19/2021. What Senator Singer and Senator Joseph Pennacchio called riots in Long Branch, and riots in Long Branch that spread throughout Monmouth County, that spread throughout New Jersey, and that spread throughout the tri-state area, bringing out state riot forces, sheriff's special vehicles. Long Branch police were punched in the head, cut in the face. Vehicles were damaged. Children from Long Branch were calling their parents. They were locked in stores with riotous behavior outside. People trying to set the stores on fire, breaking the windows and doors. And what does Long Branch do? You cover everything up. You deny it. You put out a public safety director that won't even tell, I'm not going to say the truth, but you know what I mean, about anything. And you're using them to cover up, and you're blocking the Oprahs, okay? But you got caught, right? And you'll use Frank Pallone and Senator Gopal to cover it all up, you know? What you all did wrong, the police, the mayor, the fire department, okay? Look at those little kids that got sexually abused on the beach in videos. Yeah, what'd you do about it? Nothing. Pascucci, Monmouth County prosecutor, detective, and Long Branch detective, vehicular homicide, September 2017, still hasn't seen jail, right? Still, you're keeping him out of jail. Murdered a state trooper's wife, aunt, relative, with a drunk fireman, Safiati, in the passenger seat, right? And you're proud of it. You keep him out of prison. You're proud of it. Look at everybody else going to prison for that. Not him. Joyce Jr., a common thief, stealing time, stealing from the GPS system, in knife fights, going in public housing with restraining order criminals' wives and getting caught in sex and knife fights on High Street at 3 a.m. with his wife and little kids home. And what do? You give him an award. Then he almost killed a guy with his friends at the bar in Neptune, the headliner. Really, a drunk, rotten, evil person like his father. Huh? What do? Nothing. You let him off for trying to rape Patrick King's niece. Can you make this stuff up in front of a bunch of drunk cops, firemen, political people? You were all there. Gopal was there. Everybody was there doing nothing. She's screaming. You wouldn't even arrest him. You sent him to Florida to a funny farm so Melanie Falco from the prosecutor can get him off with a plea deal for nothing. You know what? You all should be held accountable. You all should be held accountable big time. 9/11. Look at the BS you're putting online. 9/11. First of all, Faz Zambrano, who went to prison in Operation Bid Rig, was a councilman. And he was in charge of the fire department 9/11. And then the mayor and the public safety director, I forget if it was Richards or Napolitano, ordered no Long Branch police firemen equipment goes to New York. The only thing you can do is go to Atlantic Highlands and help with the triage of people coming in, and you bring it to the Red Bank, Monmouth Medical, or Neptune Hospital. That's it. What did these characters do? Right? They took equipment anyway, and they rode the ferry when they weren't supposed to. The wrong way, by the way. And then who knows what they did there. You know, all those firemen and cops that were stealing Rolex watches and stuff. It's all a big story. You get all those people you put on that list in this meeting, and let me ask some questions. Because 7:30 in the morning, you'll never guess where I was, and where I was for 3 weeks after 9/11. Right there. Right there. And you guys are storytellers. They all want to be 9/11 heroes. Your firemen and cops are nothing but a bunch of liars and cheats and I'm not going to say humpers, but you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean, right? Murderers, rapists, thieves.
minutes.
And look what you do. My time is up?
Yes.
Oh, can I get an extra 2 minutes?
I don't think so, Mr. Magnoli. Thank you.
Caller whose phone
No,
number ends in
anyone?
198. Go ahead.
Vincent Lepore, 33 Ocean Terrace, Long Branch, requesting 1 minute notification. A side note on the presentation of 390 Ocean Avenue. It's the same developer as 290 Ocean Avenue. Even though it's a redevelopment zone, it's going to require an individual permit application with NJDEP. They've been before NJDEP with this proposal and gone nowhere. So I would leave it to Long Branch to run the mill and have the council approve it and the planning board approve it, only to run into a smash up again with NJDEP. It's interesting how the hydraulic parking garage at 290 is not in the 390 project, and they both have the same developers. But the 10 stories, the 3 parking with the 7 on top for 390 is not the equivalent to 290 because the hydraulic parking 3 floors were narrower from floor to ceiling. So this is no panacea. This one's got a rough road to go. Next, it came out Monday, the 5 worst places to live in New Jersey by Riley. Long Branch is now number 2. Camden is still number 1. That's right, folks. Long Branch moved up to the number 2 spot in the state of New Jersey as the most dangerous place to live. The determination was based on FBI data, Bureau of Labor Statistics, government census, and Sperling ratings. Reasons given for Long Branch being the 2nd worst place in New Jersey to live were the following: the high cost of living, an unemployment rate of 7.6%, and a person living in Long Branch has a 1 in 279 chance of becoming a victim of a violent crime. I'll repeat that, a violent crime, not just a crime, a violent crime. Of the just mentioned, the cost of living is the most aggravating, as most in Long Branch already know. Tax abatements have worsened the cost of living in Long Branch, and without question has led to a further destabilized tax base. Tax abatements have also helped fuel the corridor of walls, also known as the Ocean Boulevard Canyon, as is quite apparent when you drive down Ocean Boulevard. As for the crime statistics, I've maintained for years the state police should be running this city. The Pier Village riots this past summer proved that point. The state police had to come in for the Pier Village riots. Talking about the corridor of walls along Ocean Boulevard, the canyon, also known as urban sprawl, economically discriminatory redevelopment. On September 9th, California State Senate unanimously passed a landmark bill that would return oceanfront land seized from former minority owners in the 1920s to their descendants. Los Angeles County's use of eminent domain was as discriminatory as Long Branch's was in its redevelopment. Most every Long Brancher was familiar with James Jimmy Lou, born in China, came to this country with no family, no money, and very few words of English. Jimmy Lou's Long Branch Oceanfront Enterprises were his self-made American dream. Jimmy's success, as he cited it when he came to this country, was at the Statue of Liberty. Quote, "In America, everyone has the same opportunity. The only things you have to have are common sense and guts to be honest and work hard." End quote.
1
A
minute.
fixture not only in Long Branch, but along the Jersey Shore, Jimmy greeted everyone with a smile. Jimmy's American dream came to a smashing end in 2001 at the dishonest Schneider administration hands. The weight of eminent domain caused Jimmy Lou's life the following year in 2002. In light of recent California action, the question now remains, should the Lou family have the American dream restored and their oceanfront livelihood back? This is the question for Team Pallone. Let's see how Team Pallone answers the question of giving the Lou family back their livelihood on the oceanfront.
Thank you, Mr. Lepore. Will, are there any more callers?
No other hands raised.
Okay, thank you. Madam Clerk, have you received any public comment by electronic mail or written letter?
No, I have not.
Okay, thank you. I now need a motion to close the public participation portion of this meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I will now ask the city clerk, Heather Capone, if there have been any changes to the list of resolutions.
No resolutions have been added to the agenda.
Okay, thank you. So we can take the listed resolutions as the consent agenda, and I now need a motion to do that.
So move.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Dangler?
Yes.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes is absent. Dr. Selly?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes. Applications, there are none. And so we're up to miscellaneous business for the good of the order. And let's start off with Councilman Dangler.
I would just like to continue to encourage everyone to wear the mask. And if you're eligible for the booster vaccination, consider it, and please stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Dangler. Councilman Viera.
Thank you. I just want to thank everybody for participating tonight. And the resolution we passed on Hispanic heritage, we have a lot of great business up and down on Broadway and other different parts of town. Let's show our support and let's go over there and buy or eat, what you have to do, show our support to the Hispanic business there. Thank you.
Excellent. Good. Thank you, Councilman Villar. Councilwoman Selly.
I would just like to reiterate what Councilman Dangler said. It is important to wear your mask. And also, if you have the opportunity and feel like it, perhaps you should get the third booster, but that's up to you. It's a personal choice. So everybody have a good evening and thank you for attending. Good night.
Thank you, Councilwoman Selly. Mayor Pallone.
Thank you, Madam President. I wanted to just, I'd like to let everybody know about a few upcoming events we have. On Wednesday, October 6th, we're going to have a coffee with the mayor and council at the Arts and Cultural Center. That's between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Wednesday, October 6th. All are welcome. Please join us for coffee and conversation. I mention this every week, but it's important. Our vaccination clinic in partnership with the VNA is back for people who wish to get vaccinated, have not yet received their first shot, need their second, or booster shots for those that are currently eligible. And as we know, that might change in a week or two. The clinic is at the Bucky James Center. It's 231 Wilbur Way. That's every Tuesday and Thursday between 9 and 4. And it's available for walk-ins. Please bring your ID, insurance card, and COVID-19 vaccine card if you're receiving a booster. And again, we always say that if you don't have insurance, the shot is free. Pfizer, Moderna, and J&J are all available. Any questions, please call our health department at 732-571-5665. Also, this Friday, Shore House will have an art exhibit at our Arts and Cultural Center. The art exhibit will be up for 2 weeks, beginning this Friday, and the reception is this Friday from 5 to 7 o'clock. This is a free event. All are welcome to attend. And please check our website, longbranch.org, for some programs and events that we have planned in October at the Arts Center. I know that on October 8th, we have something called A Taste of Elvis, Sinatra, and Bocelli, which is a night of singing, and we're calling it A Taste of Elvis, Sinatra, and Bocelli because the three of them apparently liked very different desserts. So in addition to a well-known singer who's going to be singing both, we're going to be offering the favorite dessert of each of those famous artists. So that should be kind of fun. And then in conjunction with the city and the Amerigo Vespucci Society on October 14th, we're having an Italian night. And that will include Italian pastries, espresso, limoncello, music, art. All of these are free events. All of them include some sort of dessert and pastry or sampling of various drinks. And so please attend all of those events. All of this stuff, as you said, is on our website. We have a bunch of new recreation programs that we're starting. I do want to just point out that pickleball is becoming incredibly popular, and the city, in conjunction with some of the groups there, are offering free pickleball clinics for anyone who wants to learn the game. Please call our recreation department at 732-571-6545. And that's it. And just thank you for joining us, and have a great week.
Good. Thank you, Mayor Pallone. So a few things. I'll try to get through these quickly. One piece of information that I just found out this week in terms of vaccines and boosters that I think is important information. There's actually a blood test that you can ask your doctor to write a prescription for you. The test is called an antibody test. And it is a test that will tell you your level of immunity from 1 to 20. And if it comes back closer to 1, your level of immunity is very, very low. And obviously, if it comes back close to 20, your level of immunity is very high, which is, of course, what we all want. I was very surprised as, a friend of mine who got test results back after both vaccines ended up with an antibody test result That was 1 out of 20. 1 out of 20. So let me encourage you, if you're considering the booster, and if you're wondering kind of what is your level of immunity, even if you've had your vaccines, you may want to ask your doctor about that antibody test. So that's number one. A shout out to Lindsay and Christine this time. Christine is the person who is, I'm not sure of her title she is responsible for our arts and cultural center at the Bank of America building. And my thanks to both of them, because we both I attended with them a statewide meeting about the Mayor's Art Council. We felt it was important to attend this meeting so that Long Branch became part of a statewide effort to promote the arts. And right after that meeting, Lindsay and Christine both stepped up and said they will take a leadership role with that for making sure that Long Branch is included in all of those efforts. And we learn from other municipalities what they're doing that we might be able to do here. So thanks to them for taking that initiative. And one last comment, in keeping with the mayor's comment about the Americo Vespucci event, the next Friday, which is October 1st, at 4 o'clock in front of City Hall, will be the Italian flag raising. So please come out again, kind of keeping with our efforts to celebrate all of the diversity within our city. We'd love to have as many people out there in recognition of the Italian flag raising. So with that, I will join everybody's comments and thanking you all for joining us tonight. It'll be at least 2 weeks before we see you again. Stay safe, stay healthy, and all the best. Thank you. I now need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.